Hi and welcome to today's practice. My name is Tracy and I really appreciate you spending this time with me today. We're going to be doing a gentle flow today, so we're going to have continuous movement, but try and do it in a nice, easy way that's not too taxing. We're going to also start standing today. So take your feet down to your mat. You need a second to get up if you were expecting us to start on the mat. We're going to just focus on the area behind your big toe, behind your baby toe and at your heel. And lift your toes up and spread them apart. I do it with my fingers too. And then claw them down into the mat. Let's shine our hands forward. Press the shoulders back and down. We'll have a nice tall spine, long neck, and our crown is shining up to the ceiling. We'll just gather ourselves here, trying to let go of everything you had to do before you got here today and anything that's calling you once you leave your mat. Let's just take a couple of nice gentle breaths. We can bring our focus to our heart center. Maybe start to deepen that breath just a little bit. You may feel the belly rise. Trying to fill up the bottom of the lungs. Now let's inhale. We'll bring the arms, the shoulders up around the ears. And as you exhale, press them down. Inhale. And exhale down. In through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale down. We're going to start to shift our weight over to the right side. You can pick up that foot just a little bit and we're going to do some ankle rolls. We're going to warm everything up today before we start. Roll those ankles. You can keep your toes on the floor or lift them up if you like. Let's switch direction. And now point the toe and flex the foot back. Our first balance test of the day. And we'll plant that foot back down. Let's shift our weight over to our right foot now. And we're going to do the same thing on the left. So you can leave your toes down if you want, or you can pick them up and roll them that way. Continuing to breathe, nice and deep. Let's shift, go in the opposite direction. Point the toe, flex the foot back. Point the toe and flex. And we'll plant those feet again. We're going to start to send our seat back, so this will be where movement begins. I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to send the arms up and the seat back. So we're going to inhale, your feet are about shoulder width apart. You can have them a little tighter if you want. Seat goes back, arms come up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times, just like that. We're going to change position now, so we're going to bring the arms up to what we call cactus arms, and we can bring the toes to point out to either corner of the room. Heels are coming in. We're going to do the same thing, so seat goes back, trying not to let those knees track out over the toes. Inhale, exhale. Two more times. And drop those arms. We're going to bring the feet back together. This time we're going to bend the knees. Inhale, the arms come up. And exhale them down. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale down. And again. This time, let's hold those hands there, spread the fingers apart and draw those shoulder blades together. We'll bring those arms down as slowly as we can. And 2 more times. So inhale, arms come up, spread the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, arms come down. Last time, inhale. We're gonna bring the left hand to heart center now. Right hand comes right out in front, and we're gonna twist to the back. Again, I'm gonna turn so you can see where I'm going. So we're gonna twist to the back, find your first point of tension, stay up nice and tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist gently, trying to keep those hip points shining forward. And again, one more time. Let's have one breath to hold. And we're gonna switch to the other side. So right hand comes to heart center now. Left arm comes out in front. We twist to that first point of tension. Up nice and tall, hip points are shining forward. Exhale and twist. Again. One more time. One breath to hold. And now you don't have to bring your hand all the way back to heart center, but we are going to take those arms and shift them forward and back. Twist at the waist. Try and be as fluid as possible. We'll start to bring the arms down. Flail them a little more if you want. And we'll bring them right down to either side again. Let's roll the shoulders back. Continue to breathe. Send them forward. You might notice I have a micro bend at my knee. We try to keep it there always, protecting all the joints. Press your shoulders down, drop your chin to your chest. We're gonna roll the left ear to the left shoulder. We're gonna get a stretch through the right side of the neck. And then we're gonna drop the chin to the chest, roll to the right side, pause for that stretch, press the shoulder down, and roll. Continuous back and forth, your pace, whatever feels good for you. We'll go back and forth one more time. Bring that head back up to center. We're gonna drop it to the back now. Same thing, left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. A little tighter this way. I can feel my shoulders want to creep up. We try and keep them pressed down. And we'll bring that head back to center again. Little bend at the knees. We're going to take 2 breaths again. And out. Inhale. We're going to come to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to take that deep knee bend now. Inhale, arms are up and overhead. This time we're going to forward fold, coming down to the mat. You can bend your knees as generously as you need to flatten your hands, and then straighten those legs. See if we can draw the head in just a little bit closer. If your knees need to stay bent, that's completely fine. And breathe here, feeling that stretch in the back of your legs as you work to straighten them. Let's clasp opposite elbow with opposite hand, and we'll sway back and forth. Still feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. And
drop the hands now. You can nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Bend your knees generously. We're going to sweep the arms up and overhead as we inhale. Exhale the arms down. We're going to move through a modified sun salutation now. So bend the knees, inhale, arms are up and overhead. Exhale to forward fold, again bending your knees if you need to. Come to flat back. Press the hands down to the mat. We want all 10 knuckles pressing down into the mat. We're going to step back left and step back right. Bring the knees down. Flatten the toes. We're going to try and have those hands right underneath our shoulders. Bring the front body down and then press up to look up to the ceiling. 2 breaths. Our toes are zipped together. We're going to push back to tabletop now. Curl the toes under. Send the seat up and back. And we're now in downward facing dog. Your head is in between your arms. Your seat is pointing up to the sky. And we're going to pedal the feet. One heel down at a time. Really trying to stretch through the toes as you lift the heel. Let's inhale, we'll come up on the toes, bring the heels up, pause, exhale down, draw those heels down to the floor, tilting the tailbone up to the sky. Take a breath. Let's look up between the hands. We're going to start to shift our weight forward. Step up left, step up right. Inhale, the arms come up and overhead. And exhale down. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, arms are up and overhead. Exhale to forward fold. Hands come down to the mat, bend the knees. Come to flat back. Hands come down. Step back left. Step back right. Lower the knees. Flatten the toes, hands are right underneath the shoulders. We lower the front body. Push up to face the ceiling. Toes are zipped together. 2 breaths. Push back into tabletop. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. Press back into downward facing dog. Your head is between your arms. We're going to pedal the feet again. Sits bones pointing up towards the ceiling. And let's really, really stretch the toes. Our yoga toes. Let's inhale both heels up. Press them down. Look up between the hands. Start to shift the weight forward gently. Left steps up. Right steps up. Inhale. And exhale the arms down. Froggy in the throat. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, flatten your hands. Press up to flat back. Hands come down to the mat. Step back left. Step back right. Lower the knees. Flatten the toes. Lower the front body. Zip the legs together, push up and look to the ceiling. Push back to tabletop, curl the toes under, send the seat up to the sky. Last time here, we're pedaling the feet, stretching our toes. Inhale, the heels come up, press them down. Look up between the hands, start to shift forward, left comes up, right comes up. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. And exhale down. We'll just take a moment in mountain. So we're gonna find the space behind the big toe, behind the baby toe and at the heel. Hands are shining forward, shoulders are pressing back and down. We created some heat in the body, so let's just feel that. Continue to breathe, bringing your attention to your heart center. Nice big breaths. You can lift those toes again if you want, claw the mat. One more breath. Start to settle. We'll come back to the top of the mat again. Find your ground here. Bend the knees, inhale, arms come up and overhead. We're gonna forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands come down to the mat. We're gonna step back left, step back right. This time we're gonna bring our knees all the way down to the mat. Flatten the toes, your hands are gonna come right underneath your shoulders. Get nice and comfortable here. We're going to inhale, tilt the tail up, look up to the ceiling, arch through the back, and really push up through the shoulders. Gaze is all the way up. And then exhale, let's curl everything the other way. So tail comes in, head comes in between the arms, arching through the back the other way, and really pushing up through those shoulders. Inhale. Looking up. Exhale, your head comes between your arms, tuck your pelvis under, and really think about pulling the navel to your spine. Probably won't reach, but just do your best. Inhale, tilting the other way. And exhale. And come to flat back. This time we're going to change the movement just a little bit. So we'll bump the hips over to the right, bring our gaze to the right. We're moving the spine in a different direction now. Come to center and then bump to the left and look to the left. Continue back and forth. And coming back to center now, we're going to move the hands just a little farther forward. We're going to bring our toes to touch, separate the knees to the outer sides of the mat, and we're going to press back into child's pose, keeping the arms active, pressing the armpits down into the floor. You can alternate if you want, press down the right, press down the left, and both. Press down the left, press down the right, and both. And then relax the arms for just a breath. On your next inhale, press back into tabletop, straighten out those legs. We're going to bring our front body all the way down, press up. 2 breaths. All the way down, we're pushing back again, so toes together, knees out to either side. Press back. Just keeping the arms active this time. It's your choice if you want to press those armpits down into the floor. 2 breaths. Come forward. Shoulders over top of those hands. Press up. Front body comes down, toes to touch. Press back. We're going to move forward just one more time. One more breath. Pressing forward, front body down, feet separate, head comes up. And this time we're going to press back into tabletop again. So just getting yourself reoriented, your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, and let's see if we can push back a little bit and bring those left toes right in between the hands. So lift up that foot and plant it right in between. We're going to start to roll the front body up. Keep your hand right on your thigh if you like. Make any adjustments you need to. We're going to start to press the hips forward. So you want to get a stretch through the right hip and thigh. And now we're going to take those hands, staying here if you want, or take the hands all the way up, really pressing forward now. Next exhale, let's draw those hands down to either side of the foot. We're going to start to move the sits bones back towards the heel that's behind us and lift those toes up so that they point towards your face, they face your face. Inhale, keeping your hands planted. You can stay right here or you can exhale down over top of that leg. Big stretch for the back of this leg that's extended. One more time. And again. On your next inhale, we're going to roll those toes forward. Plant your hands on either side of that foot. See if we can lift the hips ever so slightly and send that left foot back to meet the right. We can bring our knees down and settle back into tabletop. Let's move through one cat-cow while we're here. So inhale, tail tilts up, head comes up, gaze is up to the sky, arch through the back. Exhale, bring everything the other way. Push up. And then come back to neutral spine. We're going to rock back and then bring that front foot forward, place it right in between our hands. You can come all the way up using your hands on your thigh if you like, and we're going to press forward. Getting that stretch through the left hip thigh area now. You can bring those hands all the way up to either side of your ears and then continue to press forward. You might feel it in the hip flexor on the right side now. On your next exhale, let's bring those hands down to either side of the foot. We're going to start to send the sits bones back. As we do that, the right toes are going to come pointing towards the face. Make any adjustments you need to. You can inhale, stay right here if you like, or exhale that head down. Inhale, exhale down. And again. On your next inhale, push up through those hands, start to roll those toes forward. Your hands can come to either side of that foot. We'll kind of curl the toes under of the left foot, lift the hips if you can, and send that right foot back to meet the left. Let's move through a cat-cow again. So those hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Inhale, tilt the tail. Exhale, take all the breath out of the body. Navel to spine, and then come back to neutral. So we're just going to swing those legs around now. And we're going to do a little bit more movement for the hips. So you can place your hands on your knees. You're going to bring your chest and chin forward, and then roll over top of that left side, hollow out at the back. And then roll over top of the right. You can get your shoulders involved if you want. Try to stay nice and loose while you do this. You can use those hands on your knees for some leverage if you like. So really feeling those hips, the outer thigh, outer glute area stretch. Changes wherever you are in the circle. We'll go for one more rotation. Sit all the way up tall, and if you've been with me before, you already know we're going to change the feet. So what's in the front comes to the back, and what's in the back comes to the front. Placing our hands on our knees again, coming forward and then over top of the right side this time, really hollowing out. And again, just trying to let that movement go wherever it wants to, in the shoulders, in the wrists, in the elbows, loosening everything up. Let's go for one more. And then inhale to sit up nice and tall. Let's bring those hands out to either side of us. We'll inhale, come up and out of the hips, drop that left arm, and we're gonna just lean over to that left side, really feeling that lovely stretch through the right side. And now opening up to the ceiling, big breath. Inhale, that arm comes up, and exhale down. We'll inhale both arms up again, sitting up nice and tall, letting that right arm come down. We're gonna lean over to that right side. Oh, big stretch through the right side, left side of the body. Inhale, exhale, and now open to the ceiling. Next inhale brings you all the way back up, and exhale down. Let's bring our palms to either side of us, sit up very nice and tall. Inhale, turn the palms, exhale down. Turn the palms up, inhale, and away, exhale. Last time, inhale, and exhale down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you choose to do so again. Until next time, thanks for joining me on Berry Patch Fitness today. If you enjoyed this video or any of my others, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.